Good morning.
Good morning. Satnam.
Good morning.
Satnam, who's here?
Kaur.m4v.
Hi, dear. Welcome.
Thank you.
And
hello.
Tomas and Rahmani.
Welcome, dears. I was just looking at Tomas's book last. Such a lovely book. And who else is here?
Lisa Wagner.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
Lisa, tell me again where you're from.
Los Angeles.
Have we met in person?
We have not met in person. I met you last week on the phone, energetically.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yes, here in Encino. Yeah.
Okay. That's right. You told me it was southernmost part of the valley.
Yes, that's right. Thank you.
Okay.
You remember.
I will get it yet.
You have it.
Oh. Who else is here?
Saranam.
Hi, Saranam. How are you?
Okay.
Okay.
Aloha, Paramdian here.
Hi, sweetie. How you doing?
Fine and dandy. How about you?
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it. Who else is here?
Ranjit.
Hi, Ranjit. Glad to have you, dear.
Thank you.
And who else is here?
Kadimander.
Hadimander. Hi, dear. How are you?
Doing all right.
Good. Listen, are you planning to take the healers class by recording?
I don't know yet.
Huh?
I don't know yet.
Okay. Okay. Bless you. Who else is here?
Oh, the healers class. Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. That's what I figured. Okay. Who else is here?
Suzanne.
Hi, Suzanne.
Hi.
What's
how
up?
y'all doing? Oh, nothing much. Just we have warm weather amazingly today, so I'm happy.
Did you have that cold streak that came through?
We sure did. We did.
Oh, good. But now it's gone, huh?
Well, today.
Gotcha. Who else is here?
Gururatma.
Oh, hi, Gururatma.
Good morning.
How are your kiddos?
Doing good.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Now, who else is here? Anybody else here? Okay. Well, then let us get started. Okay. I guess we're getting started a little earlier than normal, but that's fine with me. Okay, so please sit. Oh, here's one more. Who's here?
Carol is here.
Oh, hi, Carol from Juneau. Glad to have you. Okay, so now everybody please sit straight. Palms together if you can manage it. And please begin long, deep breathing. Good. From the belly through the nose. Never holding your breath, but strong, steady, long, deep breathing. And now please relax in your third eye. Relax in your third eye. That's where your soul, how can I say, that's your telephone, the telephone apparatus to soul. Or I should say the primary telephone apparatus. Now, understand what you're doing when you tune in. You are tuning into the infinite that is most cozy and totally expansive for protection and for guidance. And Lisa, these words are Om Namo. That means I salute, I name the infinite as it relates to Earth. Okay. And Guru Dev Namo. Guru is that which separates the light from the dark.
Okay.
Guru Dev, light. Dev is light. Namo is I salute. I name. I identify.
Nice.
Okay. So inhale, please. Long deep breath. Good. Let that prana, let that chi flow using quick breath. That is with your long deep breathing. On the exhale, feel as though the air is coming out of your heart center in the middle of your chest. This is not your anatomical heart. This is your heart chakra. Heart breath. Good. And now send this heart breath to the whole group. That is, everyone who's on this call or who will listen to the recording at any time. We are one shared light body. We act as that one light body on our calls to elevate and heal the collective. So be that one beautiful light. Don't worry, would I like them? Would they like me? Nah, we're going way up the chain here into the light body. Good. Feel it grow. From your heart. Good. And now this beautiful healing light that you all have gathered together, please send it to our president in this new Congress, with the intention that the burdens and the separations become light. Allow this beautiful heart breath. Allow the light, the light that cannot be seen, allow it to be felt. Let it unite. Good. And allowing that healing energy to continue, and also to continue to any special healing intention that you have. Allow the heart breath to continue. Okay, so Baba Siri Chand is here, but there is it's like a feminine presence with him. Sir, what's happening? He says, you just keep up and I'll tell you later. Okay. So keep up your heart breath. He says, feel that softness. Feel that feminine. It's a feminine softness, a nurturing, a caring. He says, allow yourself to be present in it. He says, so many of you suffer from, he calls it your poor mother's care. He says, your mother, she was just taken from being a girl, and suddenly she was in charge of this most impeccable life that was you. He says, that was no easy task. She was not given guidance. She was not given direction. She didn't even have the experience herself of having a great mother. He says, some of you have had that experience. If you have had that experience of a great mother, just feel that within your own self. And for those of you who were brought up with mothers who were less than perfect, he says, we are all less than perfect. He says, that's not the question. The question is the nurturance. The feeling safe. He says, so many of you run to and fro, unconnected, uncaring, untrusting, due to the fact that you don't know what's going to happen next, that you don't feel the flow of the divinity supporting you. He says, this is what comes in the first few months in your relationship with your mother. If you don't have that, he says, it can be hard to make up. He says, but you can do it now by your own health, your own healing, your own recognition of this power of beauty, this power of care, this power of God's self. Keep up your heart breath. Be in your heart. Do your heart breath. He says, and now please feel that feminine presence that surrounds you, that cares for you. He says, in fact, this is Divine Mother. He says, I'm her MC today, Master of Ceremonies for Divine Mother today. He says she is very real. She is very conscious. She is the you of you. He says it takes a while to bond totally with this mother, this being. He says because you don't trust it. You cannot see her. You cannot feel her. Feel the touch from her skin. He says, but you can feel her. You can feel Divine Mother. He says, please let yourself lean back, lean in her hug, lean in her caress, her support, her nurturance, her kindness. Do that now, please. He says she's not slobbery like a cute dog. No. But she is much deeper, much wider. You can find no end to her. Hard breath. Relaxing into Mother. He says, now allow Mother to hold your heart. Allow Divine Mother to hold your heart. In a way, he says, she is doing open heart surgery for you. Let her hold your heart with her kindness and her care. And as she does that, allow those feelings of prickliness, of hurt, of non-trust, of separation. He says, let her take those. Let her bathe your beautiful heart with the greatest kindness. He says it is like cleaning your heart with the greatest love, the greatest light. Allow that to happen. He says you don't have to be embarrassed by your anger or your insecurity. Don't be embarrassed. Don't try to hide anything. Just let her take it. She knows. She knows what's right for you. Keep up your breath. Go deeply, allowing her to take all of the thorns. Every thorn. Let her dissolve it, remove it. And let her pour her healing balm, her love, into that wound of your heart. He said she could be starting from the very inside and moving out, or she could be starting from the outside and moving in. He says it's a very dynamic process. You may see it or feel it. And if you would like, you may even take notes on what's happening. Keep up your heart breath. He says she wants you, her intention is to help you feel at home, connected, present, here on this earth. He says, feel the flow of kindness. Feel the flow of kindness to you. Let yourself be loved. Let yourself be loved. He says it doesn't matter the habitual feedback that other people give you, that your own mind gives you. Doesn't matter. Just love it all. Love it all. Let it be. so that you may feel swaddled in this beautiful kindness and support, leaving you no cares, just presence. Just love. Which leads to pure potential. He says we describe electric current as potential. It's there when you call on it. Keep up the breath and feel the love. Feel the cleaning. That's it. Keep it up now. Keep it up. And let yourself feel comfortable. Let yourself feel comfortable and gratified. And feel the pleasure of knowing who you are. You are Mother's child. You absolutely, de facto, belong. You belong here. You are of the lineage of Mother, of the divinity. Just relax in it. It's cool. Neither up nor down. Inside or out. You simply are. You are the presence. That's it. Continue to feel your heart growing in awareness. And being so supported, so intrinsically supported, that those old questions do not hammer you anymore. Questions such as, am I good enough? Who will care for me? If I'm not perfect, I'm not good enough. He says those are frankly absurd notions. He says, please forgive them. Please forgive them and let them go. Please forgive them and let them go. That's it. Opening and opening. Resting and resting. Being lulled into that which nourishes you on every level. He says, and with that nourishment comes the wisdom. With that nourishment comes the wisdom. He says, so don't even worry about your capacity. He says, you have inherited that. You have inherited your very unique, precious wisdom, acknowledgement, knowing who you are, that contributes, that processes, that is, that fine, refined presence and very special abilities in each one of you. Just rest, knowing that it's there. Your gems and jewels are present. They have been born of the light. They are the light. They are the products of you, and you are the product of Mother, Divine Mother. Keep up the heart breath, as though she is rocking you in her arms, singing to you, precious, sweet, cozy. Precious, sweet, cozy. If there are any worries, or if there have been any worries, give them to Mama. Give them to her, whether on this call or at any other time. Simply give your worries, your stress, give it to Mama, and let her help you unravel it so that you understand the whole business, and so that you become competent, so that you learn, so that with her help you understand and learn how to solve each situation. They are not threatening. They are no longer threatening. You just are in this coziness. Because Divine Mama is holding you. She's helping you solve it, whatever it is. And she is teaching you how to do this. She is teaching you. She is showing you. She is giving you that blessing, that most reliable blessing. She will not disappear. She will not get tired and not want to be with you. She is here. She is you. Your genes are her genes. Purely, unadulterated. And now allowing yourself to merge with Divine Mama and her with you. See this beautiful family trait that you have totally inherited, which is divine light. Feel your radiance. Feel her radiance. You are the same genetic code. Feel its brilliance and feel its stability. Feel it grounded right down in the center of Mother Earth. Feel her breathing heart there. Feel her breathing heart in you, totally united as one. And continuing with your heart breath, again, let flow this gorgeous radiance. This gorgeous radiance. This is the heart. This is the heart of your being, literally. This radiance. This is your family lineage, and this is your privilege to be and to allow. Allow it to project. Allow it to flow in every situation. It is the real stuff. The real stuff that keeps you totally connected to all of your siblings, if you will, even if they don't recognize Mother. Just send them kindness and send them this light so that they will understand, so that they will feel the vibration of Mother. They may have gotten lost. They may just forget. But you stay, you abide as you, to allow this light, this kinship to move through you and through to others, igniting that common family gene in every heart, in every sibling's heart. You are precious. You are kind. You have integrity. You are grounded. All wisdom flows through you. No matter how simple it appears, it is all wisdom. Being as this beautiful heart is all wisdom. There's no question of courage. There's no question even of keep up. You simply are. Feel this beautiful, graceful, flowing energy. Feeling of graciousness, feeling of gratitude. It's very real. It's very present. It is very known by you. Now, affirm every bit of you. You may even hug yourself with your own physical arms, knowing that they are embodying Mother's arms. And feel your breath there. Feel her in nature. Overwhelming presence. The freeing presence of Mother, allowing your heart to connect at every atom and beyond every atom, the pure consciousness that makes up the atoms. Good. And love that essence. Affirm it. Feel that beauty, that essence, that gratitude, that love, that connection. Feel it running through every bit of your physical body. You may experience it as light, or as flow, or as palpable presence, but feel it moving, swimming, flowing through every cell, every atom, so that it may know, so that every cell may know that it encapsulates, that it flows the genes of Divine Mother, your Divine Mama. Even though you have untold numbers of siblings, you do not have to share her. She is all yours. She is all yours. Can you see your face? Happy child, so delighted. My mama is all mine. The only laundry that she does is to cleanse my heart. The only cooking she does is to cleanse my heart, my mind, to nurture my body, identify, know, feel, have no doubt. This is your mama. Have you ever seen a baby when he sees his mama? That face turns into pure love for mama. Yes. And that is what is happening with you. Pure love, pure trust. Pure knowing. Good. Okay. Now he says, now it is time. Now it is time for you to share this beautiful, full experience of your own mama, knowing who you are, with your beloved siblings. He says, so, my dears, who is going to share first?
Hello, this is Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
From Alaska.
Where are you from?
I'm in Alaska.
Oh,
There
good.
in Juneau. Yeah.
Good,
And
another Juneau girl. Huh?
A couple of things that I kind of went through, and I really enjoyed this idea of mother. And in Juneau, mother carries another level of meaning, and it's what came to me was divine righteousness.
What does that mean?
Divine righteousness. Well, there are things that are in this world right now that are just obviously outside the realm of nature. When we look at Mother and we look at Mother Nature, I'm blessed to live in a harbor on a boat, and I see all the seagulls, and they're lined up along the edge, and they respect each other's personal space. And that's kind of we have, as humans, we have this kind of free will, which doesn't mean that we should not respect people's space. We should still do that, but it's what makes us different. Seagulls don't have to be taught to respect each other's personal space. And that is like the divine righteousness. It's like these laws, these orders that humans, because of our spiritual journey that we're on, that naturalness is taken away from us. We have the choice to rebel against Mother Nature and against just divine laws. And many people do. I have dear friends that are horribly, horribly abused. And I'm seeing things with BBC, with the Jimmy Savile case and the child abuse going on in Great Britain and the BBC. I don't know if you know anything about, like, satanic ritual abuse, which happens. I mean, and I have to apologize. I don't know if I have to apologize, but that's kind of, I'm just very like, oh, Earth, oh my gosh, here these beautiful seagulls respect each other's personal space, and children are being horribly, horribly abused. So I came in with these feelings, and as I was settling into my mother, into the Mother Earth, into this energy that sustains the earth and sustains me, I could exhale. And I could exhale in that idea of divine righteousness like a mother bear. And know that, yes, part of our journey is outside. We have the choice. We have that free will to settle into her and not to settle into her. And I'm grateful. So I felt like it was important to acknowledge that for me personally, resting and finding refuge in our higher power, whether it's expressed through the Divine Mother or in other ways that I would say it's expressed, that we can come into it with this clarity, with a divine righteousness, with a divine righteousness, and that just understand. For me, I cannot just be happy and turn a blind eye. That's not what it's about. It's about refuge and faith. And what came to me once again is divine righteousness. So thank you.
Good. Thank you, Kathy. We appreciate that. I just want to call attention to the word righteousness, because sometimes we use that word to be judgmental. I did not hear you being judgmental, but I'm just.
No.
But what I would suggest, maybe the word just divine rightness or divine coziness or divine connection. Would that work for you?
Well, unfortunately, because of the earth situations where there's not justice being served, like I said, I have very dear friends whose children were severely abused. And I sat in long-term protective order hearings where a judge stated that he believed these children were severely abused, but yet the DA won't charge him. So that's outside the laws of rightness. And just like I used the metaphor of the seagulls, they know, they just stay right, but we have that freedom. And I don't understand this man's heart, and I feel like he probably is a victim as well, and that there's a lot of disconnect between him and his mother and him and his higher power. And I pray for his soul. You
hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, so it's in these areas it's very challenging, but I feel blessed that I have a lot. I just try to walk it right. It's kind of tiptoey around it all. Yes, and there can be confusion, and it can certainly slip into that other area. So it was a refreshing to roll into Mother. Yes,
Kathy, are you? Do you subscribe to the idea of reincarnation, to the laws of karma? You do?
I do.
Okay, so do you have a pencil there?
Scriptural as well. Jesus said you must be born again. Pardon me?
Okay, I'm going to suggest that you read this article. Okay, it's on our website.
Sure.
It's called at Soul Answer. SOULANSWER.com /karma KARMA .HTML.
Okay.
And so that comes with the realization that we have all been the perpetrator in some life. And when that happens, this is then in some time we become the victim. And then finally, as we heal that, we come back to the light, to the conscious recognition of the light. Do you see? It's a course. I'm not saying that what has happened is a wonderful thing. I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying that you should turn a blind eye. But there is a course that happens. So I'm going to suggest also that you do heart breath for everybody involved, for the perpetrator, for the victims, for the judge, for the DA. Do you understand? Understanding that it is all God's play. And that can be a very, very heavy realization. But when you look at what is, we call the word God as an acronym, for G for generating, O for organizing, D for destroying, it all works together to create this drama that we call life. So this uniting with Mother is coming back into the realization of the life, and to pray for all involved, to send this heart breath to all involved, to alleviate the terrible pains that have come through with that lineage. Does that make any sense to you, Kathy?
Yes. Yeah, there's other questions within there, though, philosophically, such as like free will and things like that. And I do, I agree. We go through life experiences, and I do agree with karma. I actually enjoy reading.
It's soul that picks out your karma experienced in this life, but it is free will that decides how to face them. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It does.
Okay.
Yeah. Because there's all sorts of weird serendipities within free will as well. You believe in free will, but yet things always seem to come together so beautifully when you're trying to live in divine will. So, yeah.
That's right. Those are the synchronicities. It's a whole study. It's a whole new culture. It's a whole way of understanding the world. So thank you so much, Kathy. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you might look around the website. There's a lot more information there.
Okay.
Bless you, dear. Welcome.
Thank you.
Now, who else can share?
Ranjit.
Yes, Ranjit.
Hi, Siri Gian. Thank you. That was amazing. My experience was one of the deepest I have had yet, as far as the comfy and the coziness of it all. I felt Divine Mother's presence so great, and as she swaddled my heart, it wasn't even like she had to pick any thorns or pricklies out. They just fell away as she held my heart. And then I went into this very deep, I don't know, it was like I didn't even want to move from it. It was like, I can remember like holding, my children when they were very little, and you could see that look on their face where they're like almost like in a daze or something. They just felt so comfortable and so cozy, and I felt so filled up and so cozy and so loved, and I was just being held, and I was so warm, and every absolute wonderful deep feeling of just love and being cared for and nurtured and cozy. It was very it just changed my whole energy. It's done something to me. I'm not sure what it is yet, but it just hit me at such a deep level that I just feel like, I don't know, so loved and just so changed forever by this. Good. By what just happened to me. Wahe Guru. It was wonderful.
Good. And she says, no one, nothing can separate us ever again.
Satnam.
Bless you, dear.
Bless you.
Okay. So who else can share?
I can share.
There are two people. One just said, I can share, and I think it was Guru Ravi is also there. Is that true?
Yes.
That's true.
Okay. So we're going to take the one who said I can share first, and then we're going to go to Guru Ravi. Okay?
Okay, so, thank you.
Oh, my
this
dear,
is Lisa.
What's your name?
This is Lisa. I am
Lisa. Hi, dear.
Hi.
Benzino.
I just want. Yes, that's right. I want to say what I can really appreciate just the joy in your voice and the love, and in this moment, I'm just aware of the oneness in our heart and basking in Divine Mother's love, and yes, and
I'm glad.
Yeah, the walls and the illusion of separation have completely dissolved.
She says,
yes,
live there, live with me. She says.
No, good. Willingly and joyfully. Thank you. Willingly and joyfully. I just feel home and a complete immersion, and I love your response in just bringing compassion and light to those that are, how we can all pop into the victim perpetrator role, and how our divine will, or how our will, we have freedom of choice of how to respond in every moment and bring compassion. And
that's right.
I love
and
that.
Compassion doesn't mean letting them get away with it.
Right. Yeah.
Compassion can mean going to war.
Yes.
Created to defend right.
Right.
The light.
Okay.
Thank you, dear.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay. So, Guru Ravi, your turn.
Okay. Thank you. So, this was so amazing and just so beautiful. And right before the call, my own mother called me. So
wonderful, and she's a good
mother.
You were a lucky
So that
one.
was really wonderful.
You and Ranjit.
She isn't, yes, and she is in so much pain physically and emotionally. And so it felt like I could say ditto to everything that Ranjit G just said, as far as the feelings I had inside. But then it felt like it sort of spiraled but branched off into a generational healing. So I saw my mom's own pain and disconnect as she was raised, and then I saw my grandmother's and my great-grandmother's, and it went back and back and back. And then it began going forward. I saw my own decisions in raising my daughters, and so I went to my daughters with that healing and that love, and it was so healing but so peaceful and cozy at the same time. There was no judgment. There was no I wish she did this or I should have done that. It wasn't anything like that. It was just moving into the healing, moving into the coziness, into that space and beyond. And then it spiraled out from there to everywhere. It wasn't just my physical generation connections. It was everyone.
Wonderful, dear. And he says, please keep up that healing. He says, as part of your mantra. Okay? Is who you are. He says, that is your divinity here on the earth. And we're grateful.
I'm very grateful. That's another big word that kept coming up. Gratitude. I have so much gratitude. It's bringing me to. It's almost overwhelming the amount of gratitude that I feel. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, dear. And so, who is next?
Vietnam, the Aloha girl.
Param Dian.
Yeah, I didn't want you to think that I was absent from here.
Oh, never.
Never. It's an interesting experience because I'm in a in a relaxed space, physical space, looking at a tree and everything. And when the movement of energy started towards the I felt a little disconnect, but not because I was disconnecting from the flow, but it felt like it's a review of something previously. I mean, I've already moved through it. You know my story of the last few years especially, and the self-nurturing, and I truly connected to the experience of the nurturing. I have a hard time, and this is a good thing, I have a hard time with the feminine versus masculine, because I do feel the experience of the divineness is androgynous. And sometimes Baba Siri Chand feels masculine in its forcefulness and sometimes feminine in its protectiveness and its nurturing. So I had a hard time because of that, because I didn't feel that the division felt right, but I just kind of played with it. And I had strong experiences of that nurturing and feeling at home. It's been happening for years, more than anything with nature. And nature is the feminine healing. And literally, I was homeless, and I heard every, and I do feel it. I mean, I feel it at a cellular level that all of nature is nurturing me. And when I need a hiding place, every synagogue, temple, church it's open for me. It's like there's nature, and then there's the little caves, and it's and I've been learning how to let myself be nurtured that way, to the point that in the last 6 months, and I'm sure you remember this, I'm learning how to nurture myself more directly. And I think that in my case, I was blessed with a violent, angry, furious mother who made it very clear that she was not going to be the nurturer, and that I had to learn it. And that was the blessing, because I had to learn it. I think that ultimately, and that's my opinion, that ultimately we all have to learn to nurture ourselves.
And so how does that fit in with allowing Divine Mother to nurture you?
If it's in right, I just, like I said, I just had a hard time with the calling of the mother, but because to me, is divine mother and father are one. They're not separate. They're integrated androgynous beingness, But allowing the what we call the feminine or the flowing part, the trusting, the relaxing, the not trying to think it over. There's times to act and there's times to flow and be nurtured, and that's what we call the feminine time. And there's times to be active, and that's what we call the masculine time. I mean, most of us do. And so I identify with that. I just take the word mother out because that, like the word God for a lot of people, has a charge. So I just call it the feminine flow. And in that I am kind of literally exhaling, relaxing, allowing. That
good. Well, that works.
I find it. There I find it. So
that works.
Thank you.
Bless you, dear.
Bless you.
Thank you. Now we have just a couple more minutes. Who can share?
Siri Gian?
Yes.
This is Rahmane.
Oh, hi, dear.
Hi. Was someone else speaking up at the same time?
No, I think it was just you.
Oh, okay. Well, as soon as you said mother, I kind of opened my eyes with delightful surprise because this morning I was in my meditation. Mata Gujri was very, very strong for me, and I love the words that there's no edge. And I've often wondered how she was able to support her husband as he literally gave his life for others, and to be there witnessing all 4 of her grandsons dying one by one, and then there when her son was killed, and how she was able to maintain and support these men in her life through all this. And I had this lovely sense of the edgelessness that you spoke about, that she was so much an embodiment of the mother that has no beginning and has no end, that although she was fully engaged in the trauma and drama of the moment, I feel that she had an expansive sense of the nurturing and holding nature of the universe, that even in the face of this kind of trauma, she was able to maintain herself as an embodiment of dignity and faith. And I think it's because of that vastness of her understanding. And so it was lovely for me in terms of what's happening with me and Tomas as we get older, and one of our sons who's kind of somewhere in a way that might not come around in this lifetime in a way that one would hope. And yet that edgelessness, that vastness it's so all-inclusive that behooves me to stay in touch with that vastness, and that way I don't have to get tumbled down into the human reactivity for longer than just a moment of going down that way and feeling the agony of it, and then using that to affirm our practice and re-entering into the vastness.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, that's lovely, dear. Keep it up.
Yeah,
Keep it
thank
up.
you.
And I wanted to say, Kathy, are you here? Kathy? Okay. Well, I was going to encourage you. Kathy, are you here?
Muted. I'm here. You can hear me now.
Oh, good.
Can you hear me? Good. Okay.
Yeah, you can get lost in that muting. I was going to suggest that you perhaps join our Facebook page. We have a group Facebook page.
I am on there, actually. Thank you. I'm on
good.
there. Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Well, why don't you post your questions there, and we'll have group discussions on what you were talking about. Going to do that?
Okay. Yep.
That would be fabulous. Okay. Well, thank you all. And now we feel Divine Mama's love. It's yours. You know who your family is. This is your genetic code. Okay. So now, being grateful for Mama, and finally recognizing Mama, it's a process. Bring your palms together at the center of the chest. And let's begin our song and sing it to one another and receive it from one another. Inhale. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love around you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Inhale. Sat Nam. And bow to the coziness, the innocence, the purity, and the pure potential that is you. God bless you all. Sat Nam. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.